Welcome to the Daily Political Tarot and Astrology here on the Black and Orange channel. I'm about to sneeze too. Sorry, hang on. I'm sorry about that. How far are we into Mercury retrograde? We haven't even unpacked yet. Oh my God. Hi. I'm here literally every single day of the year to take your political questions out of the chat. Just leave your questions in the chat before I come on. We have epic troll slayers. You've kept us safe for years. Thank you. And we've got a fantastic community. You've been so kind to each other and so kind to me. And if you're watching on replay, hello. You can go down in the description box. All the questions are listed there. I timestamp them as I go, so you can pick and choose what you're interested in, or you can watch back on a higher speed, or whatever works best for you. So, oh boy. Taurus says you need a vacation. Nah. No, it's hitting me really hard. It's just, and before we even get into the, has anybody else been having like weird, extensive glitches online? Kind of weird. I mean, I've got all kind of questions here from you, and we're gonna go through them. About the situation about with Trump and Iran and all this other stuff. But before that, I actually want to go down here and pull this up. Here, let me cut this. I had gone, okay, so at 2 minutes in, I had talked about this recently. I'm afraid I don't know which day. I talked about this recently, that there was a Anthropic and OpenAI were working with the Pentagon, especially Anthropic, but they wouldn't remove a bunch of their safety features. And so Hegseth, Keg's breath, just lost his little pointed brain. And I mean, I know we're in a Mercury retrograde. I know that glitches can happen. But let me tell you, I don't know what has just happened, but I cannot get cloud working. I cannot get Anthropic working. I'm having trouble on websites. Things aren't loading. It isn't just that. It's there's a lot. And I'm just wondering, is it Iran? Are they fighting back, with cyber, or I don't understand. Let me see. What is going on? Because Hegseth could technically go to somebody in the NSA or whatever the equivalent is within the Pentagon and say, mess with them, mess with the whatever. Yes, this is the Aquarian deck. The first two decks I bought were the Halloween deck and the Aquarian deck when I was in college. This one's been replaced. Still have the Halloween one. It's wild. Mainly I'm getting that computers they're promising more than they can give right now, because they are, every time, again, it's true, every time there's an improvement in computing, what have you, someone will try to hype it to try to get attention, and people are like, oh, that's great, now I want it to do this. It says it'll do this, so I want it to do this version of it, which might be too much for the system. All right, is this Mercury retrograde? Is it just me? Is it? Oh, Linda Sue said something funny. Oh, thank you, Cynthia. So, Raymond says it's waiting for Iran to drop the unredacted Epstein files on the internet. Well, they've already released the names of the victims. Jeez. Actually, I think I was just going for cats that have like a blue tint to them, but there is a breed that looks like this. It's called a Russian blue. But Jordan says down detector and is down. So is Claude working okay? The reports previously is having problems. Oh yeah, and I have I've got the Claude status page, and it says there haven't been any problems today, but I don't know about that. Okay, it feels like a combination of things. Yes, there is there's Mercury retrograde. There's a lot going on. There's instability, but there is some government involvement, it feels like. It won't affect everyone. It depends how reliant you are on the technology. And then I've got a Fool and Silence, which makes this is because of Trump's actions, people trying to shut down our connection, weaken it, slow it down. We are absolutely under attack, but that's not 100% unusual. So, all right, we'll be okay. It looks like we'll be okay. Visualize says there's also a British blue, very close. Oh, really? Very cool. I knew someone in college who had a Russian blue. But Old Silver had one. I named mine Smokey. Oh. Raymond's asking, when's Melania's deposition? Oh, you're adorable. Under oath? Let's do that. Working. Okay, it feels like it's a worldwide thing as well. Okay, we'll just move on. Okay, so Mayor says Iran just bombed a French outpost in the UAE. Yeah. Whoa. All right, so there is that. I did want to mention that there was a comment on X that made its way onto other platforms. It said, "How can you have Iran when you haven't even finished your Venezuela?" 8:40. All right. Cosmic Goat Lady was asking, okay, so Dumpster Fire said on Friday he is entitled to a third term. He goes back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And basically, the closer it gets to him, to stuff coming out about him, the more you're going to see him try to stay in office, to stay out of court and potentially prison. Tammy says, I could see Melania going, plead the fifth. Joyce, that is true. We are entitled to him not getting a third term. Terrifying. So, Dumpster Fire. Oh, I'm sure Vance really wants to hear Trump going for a third term. Vance is going to start like dropping banana skins on the floor around that White House when he goes to visit. Oh, did I drop that there? Sorry, sir. He throws everything out there. Everything. Every dumb idea in his pea brain. No, it's illegal. No, it's illegal. But I guess the Republicans are like, oh, Grandpa, you're so funny. No, you've got and the cards are singing today because let's just say, is Trump going to get another term? Is he going to be still in? I got the World and the Death card. That's not a little dead. That's a lot dead. Anyway, I hope it's not violent. So, okay. All right. All right. So, what a coinky dink. Now we have the big thing for today. Ready for this one? I don't know if you heard about this one. 1140. What a coincidence. I know, you'll just be shocked. Uncanny coincidence. Literally a few hours before the bombing of Iran started, it was announced that Republican senators, including John Kennedy, Chuck Grassley, Susan Collins, and Thom Tillis, are breaking with Pam Bondi on Capitol Hill, demanding the release of all withheld Epstein files related to allegations involving Donald Trump, and not ruling out an investigation into the Justice Department itself. Has the GOP finally had enough? 1, 2, 3, 4 Republicans. John Kennedy, Chuck Grassley, Susan Collins, Thom Tillis said, enough. We want the entire, all the withheld Epstein files, especially the ones related to Trump. And a few hours later, who would have thought? Shocking. Shocking. Thank you, stars. Cindy says like a big kidney stone. He is. Rob, yes, I'm sure there's no connection. I'm sure they... Well, I mean, they obviously had been planning for a long time, but for pulling that trigger... La, 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 la. Oh, yeah, it's more and more Republicans are seeing what the polling looks like, what the, believe it or not, there are some Republicans who want to keep their jobs. The tide is turning, slowly, but it's turning. I'm happy to say that Democrats are holding together. That's good. But Democrats are running up against obstacles. But you know what could really get this whole thing moving? When even those on the right are like, we're waiting for the ship to come in. Give it. And there's the evidence. That's my evidence card. Yes, Mayor, as the worm turns. Yes. Raymond is saying that Congresswoman Sarah Jacobs says Netanyahu tried to get previous administrations to attack Iran, and Trump was the only one stupid enough to actually do it. Zero surprise. Yes, Strait of Hormuz has been closed. Yeah. Price of oil through the roof. Anybody? Am I remembering correctly? It's like 40% of the world's oil goes through the Strait of Hormuz. Something like that. That's what I remember. I could be wrong. So, GOP, you've had enough? Have you had enough? Queen of Pentacles. That's a lot of that is often I get queens for groups. That would be groups of Republicans facing the truth. The Emperor's partying. Voting coming up. Voters. There's something unfinished here. They're not getting all the information, so they don't know what to brace for. They don't know. They're putting everything on the line for Trump when they're hearing more and more that this could be the worst of the worst of the worst, and they don't want that around their necks. And he just keeps going. So, I don't know, GOP, you're starting to twig. Right-wing talking heads online in podcasts and stuff, they're starting to turn. So Seeking the Shift says 20% is what I think I saw. Okay, that's still massive. Old Silver says 20 to 30%. Thank you. So 1715. There was a question here. 17. Wait, this is related. Let's do this one. 1725. Does this mean we will actually get an investigation into Bondi? I know. Nobody hold their breath. Nobody get their hopes up. Just tuck your hopes back into bed. Just rest for now. But so will we get an actual investigation into Bondi? I think if Republicans started one, I think Trump would ask her to step down. So that didn't move forward. And then he'd drag his feet getting somebody else into the position, or whoever would take over would drag their feet. Whatever kicks it down the road. Michelle is saying also any commercial ships will be more expensive. That makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. Yep. Hello, Jennifer. Bondi. This is interesting. First of all, of these 5 cards, 3 of them are major arcana. Kind of interesting. Where's my little doodad? Oh, yes, Boo Boo sleeping. He's sleeping. All right. Card for the reading is Trump's victory, whatever. Oh, victory in the U.S. Okay. And there's isolation beneath that. But the cards for the reading for Bondi, will there be an actual investigation? I have got Justice. I don't know if you can see this. I have got Justice, the Hierophant, which is institutions, Ace of Pentacles, that's Republicans and something big and something new, King of Pentacles, and the Emperor. After everything we've been through, my knee-jerk reaction is to say, I guess this is Republicans pulling together to protect the Emperor, the institution getting in the way of justice, but this could be Congress. questioning the DOJ. And something beyond just her being able to sit there and lie and, but the Dow has hit $50,000. So is this Republicans standing with the would-be emperor, or is this standing up to him? I don't want to get my hopes up again. Do, 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 dee, 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 dee. Bum, bum, bum. Yep, Taurus clarify. Exactly. Is this the Republicans standing up to him? Dare we dream? Wouldn't it be lovely? Lovely. Well, Republicans are still afraid of the delusions of the cult. There is that. But this, there are some of these politicians in Congress are going home and actually hearing from their constituents, and constituents are yelling at them. It's very unpleasant. And while Trump's victory, again, this thing keeps coming up because it's all about Trump, victory, my victory, my victory. I've got a big world card, which is an ending, which is there comes a point where one way or the other, Trump becomes a lame duck president. There will come a moment. Republicans are here. They are still afraid of the cult members. So, but it's they are really getting sick of getting yelled at. And think of, okay, I mean, you and I know we would never protect somebody like Trump. Never. Forget it. Scumbag. And they can talk behind the scenes all they want that they despise him or what have you. But even they're starting to say, okay, we can't keep pretending that there's nothing completely, even though some of them keep saying it. Oh, the president's completely exonerated. There is absolutely nothing. And who was it? Who's the white blonde guy whose head looks like a bowling ball? Looks like a pale yellow bowling ball. What's his name? He's the one who's been saying there's nothing in the Epstein files that incriminates Donald Trump at all. No, there are no allegations and it's like, sit down, you liar. So Comer, thank you, Bear. Is that Comer? Okay. Does his head look like a pale yellow bowling ball? Last look at the situation here. They do not want to be a part of this. Trump has baggage, you think? And again, Empress, baggage all over the U.S. They're hearing from constituents. They're hearing from family members. Queen of Swords, Three of Swords. Bring out the truth. Get Bondi to bring out the truth. And they are afraid of the truth. And they're seeing with the Democrats winning places they shouldn't necessarily win. And there's the truth right there. I think we're going to get the truth. And I think there is a shift. It's not as big as we want it to be yet, but I am picking up a shift. So Cindy says, I just got my Medicare card and my enrollment starts today. Congratulations. Congratulations. Hang on, let me have a quick look. Is it Comer? Yeah, that's him. Yeah, hang on. Let me share screen just really quickly. Doesn't his head look like a big pale bowling ball? Yeah. Anyway, okay. Stop that. Moving on. So at 2525, in the year 2525, my mother used to sing that song all the time, but I can't even remember the tune, as was just seen. So has Trump succeeded in distracting everyone who matters, distracting from the Epstein files? Huh. Ace of Wands. There's Trump. Trump's bludgeon. Justice card. Oh, justice was getting far too close to Trump. Fruits of labor. All of that information. All of the heartache and disgust everybody's been feeling for months. Disappointment. They couldn't knock this down. New start. All of those files are still sitting there. This is not disappearing. This feels very strong. So, all right. Good luck. Yeah, that was a nice try. Well, yeah, I'd say well done, but no. Okay, moving on. So, Cindy had a question at 27:15. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you. I just heard this morning that Iran does have info on Trumpenfuhrer. Trumpenfuhrer. Seek help, especially regarding the election fraud. It is said this is very, it does not look good for Hair, Hair, Furor, Furor. Do they? So will we ever see it? So basically, is Iran about to dump big time compromise of some nature about Trump? Exactly, Taurus. Not going away. Mayor says that sounds like something you can order at Wiener Schnitzel. Taurus says, what are in those files? Oh, the full unredacted files would make you lose your cookies. I can basically guarantee that. Iran. They don't have everything. And Russia's not willing to. It feels like Russia's not willing to give them everything it has. They may work together on some things to an extent, but Putin's not going to turn on Trump. Not when he's losing to Ukraine so badly. Go Ukraine. Go Ukraine. Long live Ukraine. So King of Rods, that's Dumpy the man, and what he did in secret. But right now I have America attacking, kaboom, out in the world. And the world sees it. Ten of Swords, Queen of Pentacles. So this is definitely hurting Iran. They have some. I feel like they have some information, but they don't have everything. And right now, there are some who are some in power over there, were so angry if they had anything like that. They would use it in a heartbeat. Burns says nails match the blue color on the cards. Thank you. That makes me very happy. Vincent Berger's putting out Trumpenfuhrer. Here we go. So, we despise you, Donald Trump. Okay, so yeah, okay. There's an article here, but I would ignore it. I'm going to ignore it, and this was in the news. This wasn't something you asked, but right, you're talking about following the strikes in Iran. President Dumpster Fire posted an article suggesting unverified claims that Iran meddled in the American election in 2020 to stop him. Donald, stop trying to make fetch happen. Will his investigations with Tulsi Gabbard in Georgia mysteriously provide proof of this so he can further justify all his other garbage? I don't know that there's much to read on there. They're going to try. I mean, we know that. We know that. I don't know if there's much to read on there. Shannon was wondering, says, I have friends, U.S. and Arab, in the Gulf countries. How long will the Iranian bombings of civilians, not U.S. bases, continue? And will the Gulf states join the U.S. and Israel? Well, they said this was going to go on for a number of days. Jamie says, prove it. Yeah. So, just going to keep going on. Because here's the thing. If you watched Hal Sparks yesterday, then you saw Philip Ittner. And Philip Ittner is, let's just say, a little bit upset by all of this. And bless him, I have immense respect for Philip Ittner. But let's just say he did repeat himself. And he kept repeating himself because he was very, very upset by all of this. And what he repeated and repeated and repeated was, this will do nothing. The only thing that would really make complete change in Iran, huge change in Iran, is boots on the ground. And that would have taken months. And it would have been obvious to everyone. And he knows what he's talking about. He was talking about all the different groups in the area and the smaller, and the who is this, and these people, they're well armed, but they're cults, so they'll never get popular acceptance in the country. And he knows all this stuff, and he is beside himself about what a complete waste this is. Troy says, this is making me very sleepy. Well, I guess it's good if you can feel some relaxation. Deb is asking, what is MVP? Most valuable player? Yeah. Michelle says the top brass aid, there isn't the amount of ammunition for a long-term engagement. Probably there isn't the amount of ammunition for a long-term engagement. That's what I heard. Yeah. So, Jennifer says, I re-listen at night to fall asleep. Mm-hmm. 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 Now I have Brigadoon going through my head. Anyway. So, Yeah, there are a lot of secrets here. Well, I've got a hanged man right in the middle. And that's in the Emperor. Star. It's usually hope. Nine of Pentacles, sitting pretty. Hanged man. Which could mean not enough ammunition. Suspension. Page of Cups. Something about young people in Iran. There's the Emperor. Would-be Emperor. I'm getting suspension right in the middle. So that would say probably not a long-term thing. Here's the thing, though. What I have been getting loud and clear is that this may not amount to much, but just like moving the embassy to Jerusalem was when Hamas started planning, because of that, Hamas started planning the October attack on Israel. This feels like in future people, they will say, whoever does whatever attack wherever is going to say, yes, we were inspired by American aggression, Trump's aggression in Iran, the killing of the Ayatollah. Yeah. Anywhere. So that's what I'm getting there. All right. Oh, Emerus butterfly. Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you for becoming a member. Makes a big difference. Thank you. Okay. Oh, goodness, I didn't write down the time. Huh. I'll have to go look that up. So at 37:30, Amy had a question. Reuters has confirmed that oil and gas tankers are avoiding or turning back from the Strait of Hormuz after U.S. and Israeli strikes on Iran, following reported Iranian naval radio warnings that transit was banned and U.S. advisories for ships to keep a distance from military assets, heightening risks to global energy shipments. How will this affect everything over the next few weeks? This will make things more expensive. Yep. Oh, yeah, Katie and Proud. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Just when you think nothing could get stupider. Just when you think that Trump could not come up with dumber, worse ideas. Oh, he finds a way. I'm surprised the man there's not like magma pooling up in Washington, D.C. There's no low. There's no low that's low enough. So, anyway. Strait of Hormuz. Prices. Can you imagine being on one of those ships? Yeah. I mean, it's not great, but the card for the reading is Trump and Netanyahu trying to cause a mess. And don't forget, Iran agreed to concessions, major concessions, the day before the bombing began. Yeah. Oh, it'll be a short victory. It'll be so easy. Queen of Swords. So simple. Big old Justice card in the middle. Queen of Pentacles, Eight of Swords. See, it's not... I mean, it messes up trade balance around the world. And obviously those who have money are better off, and those with less money are worse off. It just exacerbates the problems we already have, but it doesn't end in a tower for what it's worth. But it's just more of the inequality. Anywho. All right. So what do we got here? I don't know. Well, okay, let's have a look at 4110. Mara was wondering about how did Netanyahu get Trump to go along with this? Mara's wondering, is it true that Bibi threatened nuclear war if Donnie didn't join in the attack? It's a rumor going around. Donnie was looking for an excuse, I think, but let's have a look at the cards. So Netanyahu and Trump. They're practically related by marriage. I mean, I know it's only a godfather, but still. Trump and Netanyahu have, they pretty much are two birds of a feather. It's not like Netanyahu's a saint. So, and it seems like it's not the hardest thing in the world to do to manipulate a narcissist, which is why people keep giving him big, gaudy crowns and prizes, and he's really easy to manipulate. I just wish we could manipulate him out of office. Nine of Swords, and then it's not just Netanyahu; it's Netanyahu and Kushner crying, tears in their eyes, sir, to Trump about the state of the Israeli people. They're about to be destroyed and wiped off the face of the earth, and blah blah blah. You help us, Donnie, dumb. You're our only hope. Page of Wands. Yeah, that's Kushner. That's, yeah. Anyway. At 44 minutes. How you doing? You doing okay? Are you doing okay, precious one? He's a good boy. Okay. So, 15. A simple question, Visualize 70 has. A simple question, actually. Has Donald Jeffrey Trump does Donald Jeffrey Trump have an exit strategy? Okay. Yes, Rob. It's great. Oh, Lewis. Bless. I like that, Cindy. Hi, Boo Boo. Visualize 70 says, simple answer, no. So the narcissism may not allow him, but does President Dumpster Fire Donald Jeffrey Trump, does he have an exit strategy? And would he like one? I'm sure we could come up with one for him. I probably have a quarter or maybe a dime rolling around here somewhere to chip in. Lewis says he doesn't even have the concept of one. No, he's just rolling around in his money like Scrooge McDuck. And he has to be all manly for the cult. Even though he knows judgment is coming, which is why he's pushing again, third term. Page of Pentacles, Two of Wands. There's been some talk, but this is nothing. Now wait till judgment gets closer, and that might change, but nah. Nope. All right. Hello, Cat Wrangler. Wild Cat Wrangler. I like that pinned at stage left. Lucid Pause thinks he has an exit strategy. Okay. So, at 47 minutes, just letting you know, we'd heard part of this, but just a little update. Little update for you. A New York Times investigation reports that FBI Director Kash Patel, yay, a day without talking about Kash Patel is like a day without sunshine. I used to say that at my old job when I was talking about upper management. But a day without upper management, it's like a day without sunshine. I got a lot of laughs out of that one. Anyway, Kash Patel has assigned rotating FBI SWAT teams to provide full-time protection for his girlfriend, country singer Alexis Wilkins, escorting her to performances, personal errands, and overseas trips. An unprecedented arrangement that former officials say diverts tactical resources and raises concerns, you think, about potential abuse of government security assets. No. Why are we paying for this? Not security. Ongoing SWAT? That doesn't make any sense. Then again, none of this does. What? And you'll notice in this administration, none of these people get fired. None of them. They did in the first administration, but this time, nah. Oh, she's definitely protected. Oh yeah, but what is this? I need some clarification. Angie is saying the SWAT team is not your personal assistant. Yeah. And the zone says bill her. Yeah. We are absolutely paying for it, Old Silver. What is this? Jeez. All right, this is going to get this. The Democrats are going to push. This is going to. It feels like it's going to become a bigger and bigger scandal, because they got in there. They thought they could do whatever they want. And so, yes, the poor little delicate flower. Devil, Tower, all related to Trump. I heard that Trump called him into the White House to complain about him partying in Milan, but so, even if it was true, nothing happened. But this is more and more being hung around Trump's neck, and I asked for some clarification on we know what the devil is, but the Tower card. And I got the Fool, which actually is Patel in this case, the Chariot. That's big movement and massive costs. It's worse than we think. That's what I'm getting. And the cards are crystal clear. It's even worse than we think. And if somebody should have security, then why don't you just hire some security? A SWAT team. Rotating SWAT teams. SWAT teams to protect one country singer. Yeah, Cindy. She's apparently so good. I've never heard of her. Yeah. Chris Cole saying on MS Now, breaking, Trump wants peace talks with Iran. Oh, has he run out of missiles already? So look at the peace talks. 52 minutes in. Peace talks, huh? Board of peace. Peace of something. Where is it? Peace talks with Iran, Dumpy, question mark. Save. This is now you want to talk? Yeah. Hot take. Sorry, Hottie Jake. I like that. Says little late orange twerp. Yes. He says so he can turn around and get nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize. Yeah. Gloria is saying Iran wants peace talks. They told Trump. Okay. Peace talks, huh? I just had this energy. It's like scraping electrical energy just go across my head right there. And it was like, oh, this is really icky. The energy on this is really, really icky. Okay, this card for the reading is the burden that Trumpies now carrying. First card is the Fool. Guess who that is? Gloria says important commanders and the supreme leader taken out. New leaders in charge of Iran now. There we go. We have a Fool, Two of Pentacles, Page of Cups, 10 of Cups, Page of Swords. The only major arcana here is the Fool card. Should there be peace talks? Of course there should. But there's so little here. There's so little energy here. It's kind of crazy. Yeah. Is anybody else read on this? Because there's nothing here. Cindy says, I understood that the son of the Ayatollah is worse than his father. Oh, know, I'd be so shocked or surprised. Boy. What's crazy is that if you, in general, the culture, the Iranian culture, if you meet Iranians out in the world, lovely people, lovely culture. But back in Iran, Five of Pentacles, their people are suffering. Judgment, Trump can claim victory, and he just becomes more insufferable and awful. Oh, one of these days I am going to pull a muscle rolling my eyes so hard. But we're going to get through this. Let me see if there's a message for us. Message for us. Take a step back, breathe. Take a step back and breathe. If you go back over the last 10 years and you look at all the times that Dumpy has flapped his gums in one way or another, so much of it meant nothing. Three of Cups, Democrats pulling together, Queen of Swords. We're not letting the Epstein thing go at all, period. Nice try. Temperance. Yeah, yeah. Knight of Pentacles, Three of Wands. Yeah, the Republicans are moving forward, and Trump thinks, they're waiting for their ship to come in because he's making so many billions of dollars in office. Corruption. But these are two very incompatible energies. This is justice, community. This is how we are going forward. And this idiot is just blind to anything but his own selfishness. So when he runs his mouth, try not to let it get to you. Most of what he says is worthless, absolutely worthless. All right. Yes, do hit the like button if you don't mind. Subscribe if you would. If I've earned your subscription, if I've earned your hitting the button for free. So, but yeah, there we go. It is now 1:15 here in Chicago. It's a beautiful day. Sun's out. Lovely, lovely. It is, I guess it's cold. Yeah, it's 33 degrees Fahrenheit, but it's lovely in Chicago. At 3 o'clock, I'll be over on the Creative Sprints channel. Sarah's back, so that's great. She'll be there. And other than that, guess what? I'll be right back here tomorrow. I will. So, I understand, B. Smith. Thank you. All right, so hang in there. Please remember, you're not alone. We are in this together. There are good days ahead. There are. Hang in there. All right. And as always, I'll see you later. Okay. Bye.